SANDAG had a very important meeting yesterday. One of the items discussed was the regional transportation plan that affects all of us. So here to tell us more is SANDAG board member and Mayor of Del Mar, Terry Gasterlin. Thanks so much for being here, Mayor Gasterlin.
So good to be here with you, Kasia.
We got a lot of meetings to cover all over the county, right? And we, as residents, can't always be at all of them. But this is one of those where I know a lot of residents have given a lot of input over the years with the regional transportation plan. So kind of fill us in on what happened yesterday.
Yeah, well, first let's think about what is a regional transportation plan. It is a plan that looks forward over the next 25 years, so 2050, and says what are all the things that are going to be built for highways, roadways, transit, so that's trolleys, new bus lanes, express buses, implementing ways for people to get from point A to point B in the San Diego region. And the regional transportation plan also includes housing and incentives for building affordable housing, throughout our county. So yesterday we got an update on the version of this plan that we're going to be voting on in December of this year, December 2025. And that's going to be the version of the plan that will be in place for the next 4 years, guiding everything that SANDAG does.
Okay, so this is really, there's a lot of moving pieces here. We're going to vote in December for at least the next 4 years, but the plan overall is really looking forward for a full 25.
Exactly.
Right, okay.
And the cost is just like it was in 2021 when we adopted a version 4 years ago, is $125 billion.
Wow.
So I asked the question, I said, well, okay, 25 years, divide that, that's $5 billion a year. And I was told, no, that's not the way to think about this plan. Rather, think about it as a comprehensive plan. So what does that mean? It means that this plan is trying to respond to mandates from the state to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Now, this plan, by mandate from the state, depends on vehicle miles traveled, the number of miles people are driving in their vehicles as the metric for greenhouse gas emissions. So I've always asked the question, so what about if we can get people from point A to point B faster with less congestion, less idling, that's less greenhouse gas. Well, that's not a metric the state is letting us use right now.
Okay.
And I really think we need to do that. Another one is electric vehicles. We're not allowed to count vehicle miles that now are electric as less than a gas vehicle. So there are ways, I think, to really think in the longer run about this regional transportation plan and how it's put together. But yesterday, we made a major step forward toward this 4-year version.
And this has really also been on the heels of thousands of public comments that have come in. What do you think are some of the key things that residents have reached out to you about and wanted to see in there that they may be happy to hear is still in there?
Yeah, well, one is safety for the bike lanes. Another one is there going to be more air pollution if we add more highway lanes? Well, not if there's less congestion. So it's a real balance through and through. A few things are no longer in the plan that were in it a few months ago. For example, there was going to be a managed lane over the Coronado Bridge. That's not in there. The Navy said, hey, no, that's not going to work when our aircraft carriers come into port and we have 5,000 people to move from one place to another. So there's some tweaks in the plan. Another one is that the SR 125 toll road, we had been looking at trying to remove that toll by 2030. And Caltrans has just come back to SANDAG saying, hey, there's highway improvements needed. We don't think you're going to be able to do it until 2035. That ruffled quite a few feathers, including mine yesterday.
Sure.
Because it's really important to let local highway use be free for local folks who need it.
All right, Mayor Gasterlin, as much as I'd love to hear even more, that's all the time we have. But thank you for giving us just kind of a real good overview of everything that was discussed and certainly of everything that's to come as well.
Absolutely.
A look ahead. All right, Mayor Gasterlin, thanks so much for being here.